That's old Big Mek here. And last time I checked, it's Monday night, which means it's time for Monday Night WAAAGH. And tonight we got a good one because today Games Workshop showed off the brand new Nobz, the brand new Warbikers, and told us when the Codex is coming. So that and more shenanigans tonight. Let's get into it. All right. For those of you that are new here or don't know how this works on our live streams, when it is live, we go live, we send the link out, we give everyone a minute to get settled, grab themselves a red squig in their Hot Work summer mug, and get settled in, and then we get into the topic. If you are watching this on replay, because we do post these immediately after we're done live streaming, usually right about there, you'll see like a little bump in the forwards. That's where people move forward to skip as we just kind of sit here waiting. So if you want to do that, go ahead. For you live guys, hey, settle in. How's everyone doing tonight? Hey, Calvin. Hey, Burton Denali, Clayton. How you guys doing tonight? It's a good one tonight. That is for dang sure. I am happy about that. And boy, howdy, do we have a good one. Let me get this this link up and running, and we'll give everyone a second to get in here before we get into it, because woo, spicy today. Definitely spicy today. How? There we go. It might be 1, 2, 3 or heaps. Oh, you guys are so funny. I'm laughing at a comment that instead of doing old Big Mek's 10 best things for our 10,000 subscribers, because in case you've been living under a rock, we hit 10,000 subscribers, that instead of 10, we should be doing 1, 2, 3 heaps or lots. You know, the orky thing. Yeah, Burn Denali, we are definitely going to be talking about Burn a Knob. Calvin, we are definitely talking about bikes and Biker Knob. Biker Knob has some cool stuff. Can't wait for the top 10 numbers 1 through 10. Okay, I might have to steal that one. That was funny. That was real funny, Hoovy Bear. Oh, all right. Let's get a subscriber check-in. How are we doing on our subs? Looks like we are up to 1,038. Nice. So we've gained 38 since we live streamed on Saturday morning for our 10,000. Hey, Joshua Farlow. Time for talking about imminent orcs as you build Tau drones. Hello, Shady Snakes, WAAAGH, DeFloofs and Ashes, good to see you. All right. We got quite a few people in here. Hey, Crimson Chained, how you doing? All right. So, guys, before we jump into the main topic, while we wait for everybody else to get here, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. It's up here for me. I think it's down there for you. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. It helps us out here on the channel. We'll get our super chat goals started for tonight. Let's see. Do we do 10 super chats for 10,000, but then put a minimum on them? Or do we stick with the no minimum and do more chats? What do you guys think? What should we do? I'll let you decide. Let me know in the comments what we should do. Or should we be doing channel memberships and try to get 10,000 channel memberships? How does that work? Yeah, Joshua, I'm with you. It has been forever since we got an orc reveal. I mean, that was what my last regular video was Codex win. And it's not so much that like we can't wait. It's that Games Workshop themselves have been pushing it, and they're like, they had 2 live streams in a row where they were like, the Orc Codex comes in August, and like all of these things are being revealed, and then they didn't follow up with any of it. So it's not that any of us are being like demanding or not like being reasonable. It's James Workshop himself going, here, I'm going to give you this thing. And then that thing hasn't come. And we're all like, what are we No, you said that because I could go back and rewatch your stream. You definitely said that. Where is it? So yeah, it has been a minute. There's definitely been some hiccups going on. So we'll see what's going on with that. We all family in the truck. Oh yeah, and then psyker levels. Yeah, there's that leak. Peasant of the polychromatic. You are correct. There is a leak. Leaky leak. All right, well, we're gonna do 10. We're gonna do 10 at 10. I but we'll make it super awesome though if we get it. So there we go. We're gonna go different. Normally when we go big on goals, we just go way more goals. But let's try it. Let's try 10 at 10. We'll go for a whole 2 hours tonight. I'm all lubed up with my Hot Work Summer. These things are really nice, by the way. Like no cap, these double insulated mugs keep your stuff nice and cool, and then they don't sweat as much, which is really cool. Yeah, been enjoying the heck out of this one. The Grots keep stealing all the other ones, but this one I make sure I keep my hands on. Which, speaking of, and yes, nice shirt, Kate Bashington, you are correct. This is the Orktober design from 2025. This was the only design we have ever retired in the entire history of the RedOnesGoFaster.com merch store, simply because it says 2025 on it, and we were going to update it for 2026. Just kind of have a new one every year. However, we are celebrating the 10,000 subscribers for 10 days. So right now, there is 10% off at theredonesgofaster.com. Your entire order, no minimum order, no like it's not a one-time use either. You can use it for multiple orders. So if you change your mind and you're like, oh man, I really do want to get this other thing, you can use it entirely. And so it was for 10 days. I believe we are on I think it expires on the 16th. Hold on, let me check. I can check. 18th. Okay, it started on the 8th at 10 a.m. Pacific. It's going to end on the 18th at 10 a.m. Pacific. So you guys have 8 more days out of the 10 days to use the code. But you go to redOnesGoFaster.com. It's 10% off everything. Flat 10%. It doesn't matter if you buy a single sticker. And you guys know my margins on stickers are less than 10%. But it doesn't matter if you do a single sticker. It doesn't matter if you do $300 worth of stuff. It doesn't matter. Everything is 10% off. You could use it as many times as you want now through the 18th. That is our big giant celebration for 10,000 views. And I don't know if you noticed or not, but in fact, I'm gonna go ahead and share this so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. We have 10 brand new products. All right. So when you go to the newest gubbins, which is right there, it pulls up the newest stuff. We've got brand new WAAAGH order shirts. So instead of New World Order, it's New WAAAGH order in Orky Slime Green. Obviously, another play on a different brand like we did with Red Squig, but 100% ours. Really, really funny. We two of the Grots were like, you got to do the cutoff thing. Apparently, this is cool right now. So there is that. But yeah, the collection here is all in the new WAAAGH order collection. So you got a regular shirt in both black and green. Check that out. You got the mug. The mug I really like because it's an all black mug. It's only the second all black mug we've done, but it works so good with this one. We got the cutoff tee. Of course, you got to have the holographic sticker. Got the grot size. You got to have a grot size. Got a hat with embroidery. Did trucker cap style on this one. If you guys want not trucker cap, if you want like the Blood Axe camo or a flexi fit or whatever, let me know. But the trucker caps have been incredibly popular with the Hot Work summer gear. So I thought I would do a black trucker cap for those of you that wanted black and a trucker cap. And then we did a tank because we have the tank for Hot Work summer. I figured a tank for new WAAAGH order would be good too. So that is the new collection. There is also, go back here. We have a new collection called Every Kit is an Orc Kit. So first of all, we're stepping up our game here on the quality, okay? And I don't mean like the quality of the shirts we've always had top quality and the printing we've always had top quality. What I mean is I'm extra hard on design. Check this out. Now the back of the shirt, right here on the back on the outside, all the new designs have the Red Ones Go Faster Pentagon logo that BenBam did. And so we're like building it up into being like a brand. So check that out, right? That's pretty darn cool. That's pretty darn cool. So yeah, I got this one in black, Heather, the Kelly, the Pebble, and the gold. And all the different and all the different sizes and whatnot. So for this one right now, we just have adult and kid. The design did not translate well to a ladies cut, and nothing really else yet. I might do like a hoodie later or something like that. We'll see. We'll see. Do you have the cutoff tee and men's sizes for 2XL dad bod? Let's check. In case you guys didn't know, all of our stuff is made to order. And it's made to order where you live. So, like, if you live in Australia, they literally make it and ship it in Australia. It's not like it's coming from the States, right? Oh, yeah, check this out. The new order stuff also has the Red Ones Go Fasta on the back. Check it. I think that is a cool as heck thing. But yes, Dad Bod, 2XL, bam, right there. Gotcha. In fact, so one of the cool things about doing the whole made to order thing is that we can make so many colors and sizes because I don't have to carry an inventory here. So some of our shirts actually go up to 5XL. Some of them go down to extra small. Yeah, all that good stuff. So there we go. Yeah, Pezler, sorry, I thought I explained that. We're doing 10, a goal of 10 super chats at $10. So 10 for 10. Normally we don't do a minimum, and those have been awesome and amazing, and like we get great volume out of that. But because we're doing the whole 10 gig, like 10% off for 10 days, 10 new things on the merch site, all that jazz, I thought it would be funny to do 10 at $10. So, but I appreciate your super chat all the same there, Pezzo the Polychromatic. You are one of the real ones. We appreciate it. Says with Psyker levels being leaked, Grey Knights players are vibrating in the corner until their Codex comes out. Yeah, we're going to talk about Psyker levels. We are definitely circling back to that, Puzzler. So don't you worry. And Shady Snakes, first one, thank you. Spending the stream prepping all my bases in the new Red Sand Gorka Morka themed bases. Ooh, look at you doing Gorka Morka themed bases. It's almost like something is coming. Plus the 3D printer is working. Ooh, the wearable power claw, dude. I have seen that. I saw the guy that came up with the file, and that thing is wicked. It's the actual power claw, and the claws move. Like you could squeeze the little thing inside. I want one of those so bad. So bad. Oh, Pezler says no farmer cap. You want a farmer cap in the NWO style? All right, you have to let me know. If you guys have wants on the merch, let me know, and let me know fast because I can get it up there before the 10% off runs out on the 18th. So again, use code 10K. Don't forget the get in gets. We all going to the WAAAGH shirts are on there as well. All the new hot work summer stuff, the mugs and whatnot. Delicious. The trucker caps, all that good stuff. And yeah, I think these all go to at least 2X as well. Let's check. Yeah, dude, 3XL on these ones. So yeah, we definitely try to take care of every body shape, size, whatnot. In fact, I don't know if you guys have spent a lot of time screwing around on the site. I really try hard on this. When you start off here at the home, you'll see you got the catalog and whatnot. Under the collections, these are the different artworks. So the Red Ones Go Fast is the pentagram one, the Hot Work Summers, obviously this one, right? Red Squid, Mordak, etc. But oh yeah, that's what I was going to do. The Orktober kit. The Orktober 2025, we had taken offline at the end of 2025. It is back up for the 10 days only. So if you missed out on Orktober 2025 gear and you want one, you can get one through the 18th. When the sale stops, the Orktober 2025 collection goes back in the vaults. All right. So that's why that was my whole tangent on this. Jeez, I am so blah. But anyways, you also have all the ladies cuts in their own section here. So for those of you with body shaped like that instead of just like this, like me, you can go here and there's all the ladies cuts in one section. So you can get what you want there. We also have all the grot sizes in one section. So that's weird. There should be a lot more than 2 grot things. There is something wrong with that. I need to go in and fix that. That's why I need to check this. We also have all the stickers in one spot. Da, 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 da. Oh, which by the way, there is a third sticker set for those of you that like the little white stickers. It's got the Orcs is Best from our decal set, along with the Get In Gets, who's going to the WAAAGH, the new WAAAGH order, the John Squig, which was also from the decal set, and then the red Orktober version. So trying to make sure all of our artwork makes it to the stickers, so you guys that like to collect them and put them up on your cool stuff have the chance to grab those. And then all the mugs. So shockingly large number of mug collectors that want to make sure they have all the mugs. So we make sure all the cool artwork makes it to mug. You know, I don't have a more DACA mug yet, do I? Interesting. Okay, I've got some homework to do. Okay, now let's switch and let's talk about what we actually are here to talk about. Okay, Bashington, John Squig gear. I don't know yet. Okay, so John Squig is not artwork I did. It was artwork that a fan did way back when Red Squig first came out. And they sent me the original and they said I had permission to use it, like whatever. They just thought it was really funny. And I did too. And we used it on the decal sheet. We hadn't used it on anything else yet. There's a reason for that. Like Red Squig obviously is a play on Red Bull. New Order is a play on New World Order from professional wrestling. These are well-established giant brands. There is something in both the US and EU laws about fair use when you are punking on someone, right? So this is how you get away with Monty Python and Spaceballs and stuff like that, right? So no one is going to confuse Red Squig the baseball cap with Red Bull, the energy drink. Now, if I ever made an energy drink and put Red Squig on it, I would be in deep doo-doo. But Red Squig, the baseball cap, fair use, no problem. It is a parody. John Deere, which is what John Squig is parodying on, is famously litigious. They make Disney look like nice guys, all right? John Deere does not mess around. Nobody can use green and yellow without them coming down on you on a ton of bricks. So I've never put John Squig on any kind of actual gear because I don't want that heat. I'll take Games Workshop's heat all day long. They still haven't gotten it back. I'm not afraid to take a little heat, but John Deere is definitely one I don't want to mess with, and especially at I don't know how many of those I'd actually sell or anything like that. So maybe one day we'll do like a patch or something. So if you wanted to put a patch on a set of like jean overalls or something to be kind of funny. But yeah, I don't know that we'll ever even do like it on its own cap just because of that nature. Like it, I don't know. I don't know that I want that heat. As long as you don't intimidate Buc-ee's, you should be good. I won't lie. I won't lie. So Buc-ee's, for those of you that don't know, in the United States, down in the South and kind of coming its way west, there is a ginormous multi-billion-dollar company that is a chain of gas stations. And I know that doesn't sound exciting. I don't mean like little gas station. I mean acres, 100 plus pumps on every one of these stations. And you walk into the store and it's like a monster general store. They have everything. They have like 200 flavors of jerky. I'm not being facetious. It's like literally 200 flavors, and it's not just beef. There's like beef and bison and buffalo and alligator and squirrel, and I don't even know what, dude. All the jerkies, mummified human, I'm sure. Like everything. They have their own clothing line with like tons of clothing with Buc-ee, the little beaver on it. Like every tchotchke under the sun you could think of. The places are so big that people actually drive to them like as a tourism thing. Okay, so Buc-ee's exists, and their mascot is this stupid little beaver. It's not a great mascot, to be honest. Obviously, I do a lot of design work stuff. It's not a great mascot. But anyways, they sue, and I mean sue, the pants off of anybody that remotely has a cartoon beaver or red and yellow or a name like Buc-ee. Like, heaven forbid you have any combination of those. And it's ridiculous. They sued a place that was called like Barry's Minute Mart or something like that had been in continuous business since like 1952 with the same name and the same mascot and everything. Buc-ee's was only invented in like 2012. And it's like you're going after a store that's literally 60 years older than you, that's like 300 miles from the nearest Buc-ee store. Nobody is confusing you guys, right? Like, just stupid. So yeah, I won't lie. It has definitely made me want to do a Buc-ee's Squig hat and like go for it because Yeah, if they bring the heat and they say you can't use it anymore, and we pull it off the site, whatever. But like maybe we'd get a couple million people to come look at the red ones go faster. I don't know, man. Yeah, so not afraid of buggies, but afraid of John Deere. I don't know. Figure it out. Bloodweiser to bestest brew for after the pitch. I like it. Codex or clickbait. No, we're getting to the Codex there. JVB Trucker. You must not have been around for our live streams very much yet. We talk about all sorts of gear. Change it to Nobz Squid. Interesting. Yeah, the ghost pepper jerky is good. JVB Trucker, what do you mean truckers aren't allowed on Buc-ee's? I mean, I've only been to one Buc-ee's in my entire life, and it was 5 years ago. So, you know, I'm far from an expert, but I was pretty sure there was like a Buc-ee's truck thing connected with like a ton of 18 wheelers, but maybe it's not every location. I don't know. I don't know, but that would suck because Bucky Beaver wasn't a thing before they came along. Yeah, I saw John Oliver poking at him. Hey, McFadden, how's it going? Thank you for that. Congratulations. Squiggies. Ooh, I like Squiggies with the 2 E's. Oh, I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay. All right. I think we got enough people here. I think we're all properly amped up. I think everyone's gotten into the red squig. So let's get into our actual what we're talking about tonight. The main event. Those of you that have watched wrestling in the past and know about Monday Night WAAAGH and the NWO, you know, you gotta have your before cards. You can't just jump into the heavyweight match. But let's get going. This is the main article from this morning. This is what we are talking about today, and that is revealed finally the new work knobs that I've only been telling you about for I don't know 7 months now are finally here. And looky loo, they matched the knobs that we saw rendered in Dawn of War 4 and Total War Warhammer 40K. Like I said, very similar to the old knobs, just a bit glowed up. But these are absolutely awesome. Now, we're going to get into some timing here in a little bit, but first let's look at the actual models. So here is the first knob himself. First of all, love the back banner. Love the hair squig. I love that the hair squigs now have like these teeth hanging out of them, so you can really tell that they're hair squigs. I think that was a cool new addition. The biker glove is like a total throwback. All of our current knob kits and boys kits have had those forever, but they're not always molded the greatest. This is definitely a step up. I'm very much liking that. Like the big iron gob. Like his proportions. He looks great. Tactical rock, I really don't care for, but you know what you're going to do. Now, here's where it gets fun. Check out the grot. All right, this ammo grot is something else. He is loaded for bear. He's got red tip ammunition going on there and a clip. Like, oh, it's so cool. Oh no. Best Grot is on the live stream on the other end, and he's trying to comment. I don't know what's going on with Beskrat there. Hopefully he gets it figured out. Hi, Beskrat. So anyways, speaking of Grots, here's a Beskrat. Nice little ammo run here. I really like him. I've not been the biggest fan of the new Grot sculpts, like in the Armageddon box, for example. This guy I like. This guy's proper. He still has kind of weedy little ears, but he's got a great big giant nose. I love the knife in the mouth. I love the lankiness of him. He's really, really cool. Oh man, Tech Bobo's gonna go dock a ship. Heck yeah, man. All right, here's the next guy. Now, this guy is really cool. He's got the two-handed giant axe, the way the big boss does, which is really, really cool. So I don't know if like people are going to necessarily run him as a knob or like start using this body as an alternative sculpt big boss. I'm not sure. But that's pretty cool. He's got a couple of beaky helmets on here. Interestingly, they're both old school beaky helmets, not Primaris beaky helmets, which is interesting. So that's something. Hold on. Beskrat again. Everybody say hi to Beskrat in the chat. He can't respond back, but he can send me a message. he's trying watching YouTube. So anyways, we got a bunch of beaky helmets on there, the two-handed axe. This guy, his helmet is interesting. He's got like a boy helmet on, even though he's a knob, and it's like too small for his head, which is kind of comical and funny. Which at first I was like, oh, that's dumb. And then I was like, no, that's perfect. Like orcs are supposed to have this little bit of comic relief because I think it juxtaposes just how like terrifying orcs are, right? Like orcs are, if you really think about it, even in like the 40K universe, orcs are terrifying. They are gigantic, practically unkillable, just monsters that love fighting. Like the harder you fight them, the happier they are, right? So, like, how are you supposed to beat that, right? So you got to have just the tiny little bit of comic relief to kind of like, I don't know, balance it out. If anything, I think it kind of makes them more terrifying. But yeah, so thinking about it, he's got a boy's helmet and his whole gob is stuck in there is really, really funny. So I like this guy a lot. This like segmented front armor thing is a throwback to a current knob. I love all of the current knob and throwback things that they've been doing. The fact that it's a chain axe is super cool. But yeah, and then he's got, I don't know if they're shorts or if they're like jeans that the knees came off of, or I'm not sure what's going on with the pants section here. I might have to do some sculpting over that one. If I build more than one, because it's just a little odd. All right, then we get into guy number 3 here. He's got again a wonderful boss pull. I love this head, great big giant gob full of big old teeth. He's got great big giant hands on this great big giant DACA gun. They're jorts for knob pants. He's got his war buggy is a Corvette. All right. But I love this guy. He's got twin dagger guns. Like, how cool is that? Like, I love this rule of cool that they're doing. It's so stinking cool looking. All the ammo hanging off of them. And then check it out. We got ammo grot number 2. Now, this guy is cool. He's standing on a rocket, a tactical rocket, instead of a tactical rock, which again, hilarious. Okay. Head is not my favorite. First of all, no self-respecting orc is going to let a grot keep a hair squig for long. Second of all, his ears are way too small. Third of all, I'm pretty sure that is a digital file that is from the Armageddon kit, where they just kind of like cut and pasted, like including the pose. I mean, they changed the gun and the bomb and stuff, but yeah, it's a little too. Don't copy my homework, if you know what I mean. But I do love the tactical rocket. Defloos and Ashes says the number 2 knob is the boots with the fur. Oh, I like it. I get to come back. Yeah, this guy, the boots with the fur. I love it. All right, then we get to the next one here. This guy is like Wolverine knob. Like, so you got one knob that's got twin DACA guns, and then you got another knob that's twin power claws. How stinking cool is that? I love that they're different style of power claws too. This is your traditional 3-fingered one. This is like what we got in the the boys kit forever and stuff like that. I love too that how squared and chunky the power claw is. It makes it look like it's for mega armor. And he just kind of forgot the rest of the mega armor, which is very, very cool. And then on this side, he's got the 2-fingered power claw, which is more like the one that like slices or chops. This one has also been a very popular design in a bunch of different kits. I love that they mix and matched them. Yeah, he is super duper rad. I really like him. Again, good pose, great work on these. And then we get to number 5. Now, this guy for me is the standout. Madman, we are definitely not getting new Mega Knobs. They have leaked a page of the Codex of Mega Knobs, and it has the current Mega Knobs on it. I have been saying it forever. I'm telling you, we are not getting new Mega Knobs. It is confirmed in the Codex. The current Mega Knobs are pictured. Yeah, Pezler, I hear you that the Wolverine orc has the same pose from the Night Lord. I mean, look, at some point, there's only so many poses you can do, right? There just is. but also, like, it is kind of funny how often they do the same poses, right? Like, how many captains with the sword like this do you have, right? How many guys with the two claws out, right? Like, it just it does seem like they do that a little bit. But anyways, here is in the knob set a like heavy custom Scorcha. This guy is wicked cool. First of all, he's got the kitchen mitts on both hands, which is fun. And then it's a double barreled Scorcha with this huge Scorcha head on it with a couple of knives, which is super rad. I actually like the face cloth head. That is cool. And then you've got his back banner with the really cool flames. And then it's all tied into his Prometheum tank. Dude, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. This guy is rad. I love this. Oh no, Dirt Hermit's got a terrible connection tonight. I'm so sorry to hear that, my friend. Madman says, any chance that Burna Knobs get rule to lead my Burnas? That's what we're hoping. You know what? We'll sidetrack right now. Ludas and Burnas, the kit is gone. Okay. We know for sure the kit is gone. They pulled it off the web store, but also remember there is a part in order to actually build that kit correctly, you need an arm out of the old boys kit. The old boys kit is dead and gone, and Games Workshop got tired of sending people an entire old boys kit for free because they bought a really cheap Ludas kit, right? They're done. They're gone. Now, does that mean we're not going to have burners or Ludas in the Codex? No. Of course, we're going to have Ludas and Burners in the Codex. I've been saying forever, Ludas and Burners are coming as a kill team. Now, all that being said, interestingly enough, if you go all the way to the bottom of this article, we'll go back up. If you go all the way to the bottom of this article, it says both of these kits will be available to pre-order soon. The Warbikers alongside the release of Codex Orcs, and the Nobz a little later. Now, some people have surmised, and I will admit, myself included, that Nobz a little later means that Nobz are a kill team. However, in the time since that was announced this morning, I went back and I looked at all of the other like announcements and kill teams and stuff. Games Workshop has never shown off a kill team, especially a totally brand new sculpt kill team, without saying that it was kill team. They've never done that before. It has always been kill team first, 40K second. And even when they've done a kill team that was part of like a bigger release, or even like when things got leaked, they have always come out and said that it was kill team. So I do not actually think that these Nobz are going to be a kill team. Which again, because I have been saying for a long time, Burners and Ludas are going to get retooled and they are going to become a kill team. I suspect that their squad size is going to change. It will be at least 6, just like the Wrecka Crew, so the Breaker Boys and the Tank Busters. But I suspect it might be more than 6 because you need something to differentiate between a Luda squad and a Flash Kit squad, or between a Luda squad and even like a Tank Buster squad, right? So I think that we might see like an 8-person kit. I'm not sure. Could be up to 10, but it will be at least 6. So they are going to change size. But I still think the Luda and Burna kit is what our actual kill team is going to be. I think these orcs are just cool. Now, yes, are their weapon options very kill team like? Yes, they are. What I'm thinking is Games Workshop is going to start having certain kits become kill teams without making a kill team release or doing some backwards compatibility thing. I'm not sure, but I'm not entirely convinced these guys are going to be a kill team. So there we go. Okay, now back to the models. Check out the Burna Grot here. He is absolutely cool as heck too. I love his little helmet. He's just so stinking cute. He's just like a best Grot. You just want to squeeze him. All right, so, and then they showed us a couple of alternatives. Okay, so they said Nobz are a classic part of any proper Crumpy Orc army, bigger, tougher, meaner, have access to all kind of fancy gubbins. So here are some alternate sculpts based off of what they are. I think this guy right here is the twin Big Shooter guy. In fact, let's go back to twin Big Shooter guy. Let's confirm it. Oh no, it is not him. Boy, I'm not sure who he is, actually. That one, maybe? Nope. This guy. Ah, he's twin power claw guy. Look at the belly armor. That's what's going to show you because the torso doesn't change. So there you go. There's the belly armor. So these are the alternate arms for this guy. So you already know you're getting these two power claw arms, plus you're getting this power choppa arm and this Shuda arm, right? And then that head is totally different than that head. Okay. So you're definitely getting spare parts. Also, yeah, the boss pole is different. So I suspect this kit is going to be a lot like the current knob kit. It is going to be loaded for bear with extra bits. They show another guy here. This guy also has a different head, and then this like combi rocket launcher shoot a gun thing. See, he's got the big round belly thing. Who had the big round belly thing? That's this guy. So the double big shooter guy turns into this guy. No, yeah, maybe. No, different one. Hold on. Different round one. Well, I'm not sure which guy he is. Maybe he is this guy. This is the only one with a round armor plate thing. There's the round armor plate thing. It must be the belts there on the front, the ammo belts must be a separate piece, and you can either use the ammo belts or the leather belts. That's got to be that guy. Man, that's wild. Anyways, yeah, you're going to have all sorts of different options. Looks like, different helmets, different iron gobs, different back banners, different shoulder pads, definitely different loadouts for the arms. You are going to be able to build this kit a bunch of times using just what's in this kit, and it's going to be amazing. If you combine this kit with the other stuff, because again, it is going to be part of the Nioht WAAAGH ecosystem, all of the knob heads should be compatible with all of the other knob heads. It like fantastic. I love the new orc ecosystem. I love that they're trying to make the orcs as compatible with each other as possible. Man, you guys are killing the chat tonight. So many chats in here. I'm trying to get to all the good ones. If you want me to see it, make sure you do a super chat. That guarantees we'll see it and cover it. And also, our super chat goal for tonight is 10 of $10 or more. Again, we're doing the whole 10 thing for 10,000 subscribers, right? 10% off at the merch store, the redonesgofaster.com. Use code 10K. They get you 10% off everything we make for the next 10 days. So it ends on the 18th. You got 8 days left. You can use it as many times as you want, no minimum, no maximum, all that good stuff, right? So 10% off, 10 days on the web store, 10 new items on the web store. We're doing $10 for the super chats. We're hoping for 10 super chats. We are doing a bunch of top 10 videos. And next week's live stream, we're going to be doing a special AMA. So it's an Ask Me Anything. I'm going to pick the 10 questions that are the most fun or the coolest or whatever, done by you, the members. So if you have a question for the AMA, you could also throw that in the chat, and we'll answer it during the AMA stream, or shoot it over on Discord, or email me, or message me over on Patreon. Any of those ways, submit your questions. I'm going to pick the 10 coolest ones. Okay, moving on to the Warbikers. Oh, Warbikers. Okay, so first of all, we've seen these guys before. When Games Workshop cheekily did their own self-leak of the pre-painted terrain, they put the Warbikers in there. I made a little video going, wow, these guys are idiots. Other people pointed out this was probably on purpose. Games Workshop is thumbing their nose at the leakers. And you know what? Looking back, I think you guys are right. I think that is what they were doing. That being said, we did not get a great look at all of them. So here we are finally getting a great look at the multiple ways to do the biker. So here is the Knob Biker. And the Knob Biker, dude, this might be my new favorite orc kit. First of all, look at the boss bolt. Just the boss bolt. You've got an orc skull with a set of Speed Freak goggles on it. Okay? 10 out of 10 no notes right there. And you come down, you notice he's got an ammo grot back here, right? So the current Warbiker kit has a grot for the knob. They're keeping that trend going. I love that. And then look at his big choppa. It's got a freaking fan belt on it, man. The engine's not directly geared. It's got to have a belt too. Like, oh, it's so cool. I love this. Huge giant exhaust pipes. I love the way they V off like that. That is so orky. Got the hair squig tied onto the bottom of the axe. wicked cool helmet, great big giant gob, classic orky proportions, nice big hands. Love the update to the cow skull. Once again, current biker kit, that is one of the pieces. You had this big cow skull that you could put on the front. And it was always one of my favorite bits, but this one is so much more realistic and so much cooler. Yeah, definitely cool. Got now this was interesting because we saw the rockets before, but he's got big shooters and rockets on here, which is super interesting. I got these cool like toe cutter things going on the nose. I love the big chunky tires that don't have metal plates on them anymore. The metal plates on tires always bothered me for some reason. I like the new chonk all rubber look. Very cool. You can see the chain back there and stuff. Yeah, but yeah, just love this same oval shape base that the current bikers have been changed to. So that's great. It means all of your current bikers can stay in your army, no problem. You could just add new sculpts to it. Oh, Metal Skull says there are other build options they didn't show in the article for some reason. That reason is jerks that are releasing 3D models. Now, look, I don't have anything against 3D printing. I owned a 3D printer up until yesterday when I finally sold it because it's been collecting dust for years. But my neighbor across the street does 3D printing. I can get him to do things. My brother does 3D printing. I can get him to do resin things. I own a ton of 3D prints. All the 3D printing that I've done and that I've owned is original sculpts. Or like bits for an existing thing, right? I have no problem with add-on stuff, right? If you want to do alternative heads, if you want to like, different shoulder pads, whatever, totally cool. What I'm talking about here are the guys that literally take these images from Games Workshop articles and turn them into a complete bootleg 3D print. That's not cool. Now, look, I get it. Games Workshop is a multi-billion-dollar worldwide corporation scalping the crap out of people so they can make crazy maximum profits and increase shareholder value. We talk about that ad nauseum. If you want to be part of a company that isn't going to do that, join my Patreon. I digress. But all that being said, blatantly ripping off, like by actually copying somebody else's work and then putting it out there is not cool. All right. You want to like sculpt your own bike, totally rad. But like these guys that are just grabbing images from Games Workshop and then printing the exact thing, dude. All right. First of all, you're ruining it for everybody. Games Workshop's website used to have a 360 view of every single model they made. Do you have any idea how useful that was as a kit basher? Right, where I'm like, man, I really need, a left-hand pistol, but I want it to have a chain on it, and I could go look at a model kit that might have it and do that 360 view and actually see it. I can't do that anymore, and that sucks. Hey, DeFloofs and Nashes says, I've been challenged. DeFloofs and Nash's YouTube channel first video will be up by Friday of this week. Let's go, finally. I've been looking forward to that. FYI, I've been wishing for a Nobz biker this edition. Wish his bike had a driver, though. Ooh, very cool. So, DeFloofs and Nashers, first of all, when you get that video up, I will be watcher number one, and we'll go ahead and share it with everyone. Make sure you post it up on Discord. So, very excited for that. But also, the Knob Bikers. I was also wanting Knob Bikers. I don't think we're going to get standalone Knob Bikers. But where you said you wish the bike had a driver, though, that's the war track. So I don't know if you guys know this, but the war track that's in the Armageddon launch box, that's not a boy on the back of that. That is a knob. So it's a knob gunner on the Mega Track. So that thing is actually wicked cool because of that. And so that the war track kind of takes the place of a knob biker. So that's its function in the army and in joining the squads and stuff, and it gives you something in between the war bikers and the Def Killer War Trike, which is technically the war boss on bike. It gives you that nice 1-2-3 progression. So yeah, I don't think we're going to get Nobz bikers because of that reason, but also as cool as that would be to have a knob, I'm not driving. We already have that. Def Killer War Trike is the war boss isn't driving, he's standing on the back, and the Mega Track, the knob isn't driving, he's standing on the back. But if I were in charge, you'd have a war boss on bike and a Big Mek on bike again, because I'm a Big Mek and I would love to be on a bike if I was in the 41st millennium. Hey, Kip Bashington, thank you for that. That is our third of our 10 super chats of $10 or more that we are hoping for tonight to celebrate 10,000 subscribers here on YouTube. Kip Bashington says, 4 weeks to wait until I get new bikes. I can build something else till then. Snazwagon is on the way. You mean one of these? Is this for you, Kip Bashington? Is this one yours? I'm just it was just really funny that you mentioned that, and I happen to have one sitting right here for a conversion. I had to screw with you a little bit. Hey everybody, yes. 4 weeks until new bikes is awesome. I cannot wait to get these. I own in my army right now, I have 12 uh 12, is it 12? Yeah, no, it's 12. I have 12 bikers that are totally done, built, painted, based, like everything, that they have seen the battlefield the most. That is my most used unit, is Warbikers. However, if you go and look at my Warbikers, not all 12 of them are the current bikes. I have two bikes mixed in that are the really, really old school from Gorka Morka, second edition days. The one that has the two DACA guns way out the side that are only held up by the ammo strands. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's just the ammo holding up the guns. And then like really tiny little wheels and really short nose, right? With the very, very scrawny orc biker. But anyways, I had two for my original orc army. I didn't want to let them go. I love mixing and matching all the different sculpts and generations of sculpts in my orcs. And my war bikers definitely do that. So one of them is built pretty much like on par for original. But I added the current biker, the little guard that goes in front of the front wheel. I added one of those to him and a couple other little gubbins to just kind of beef him up. But he fits in nice. The other one was built into a chopper. So he's got extended forks. He's laying back. He's got the big handlebars, hanging off all monkey style. He's very, very cool. Got a Bosozoku pipe out the back. So I've got two old bikers, 10 current bikers. I cannot wait to add more bikers with these guys. So I will be picking up at least 2 sets so that I can have 3 squads of 6 bikers. Because that, yeah, just chef's kiss A1. They're my favorite unit in the entire game. When I actually play, I always take more bikers. I don't know that I can even remember the last time I played a game of 40K with my orcs, and I did not take war bikers. So yes, I'm very, very excited for these. Yeah, Deflution Dashers. Yes, the old school metal Nobz bikers all had a driver. Yes, they did. So yeah, I'm with you. So if they did redo Knob bikers, that's what I would want. But yeah, as great as GW is, sometimes you can't blame them for not wanting to get ripped off of their own IP. I know, right? Uh yeah. Oh, Blackreach Copters. Yeah. So McFadden is commenting. He's got some old Assault on Blackreach Def Copters. So that was the first generation of plastic Def Copter sculpt. They still make great Def Copters. I have 3 of them in my army as regular Def Copters. But yeah, that sculpt broke quite often. Both the old school flight stands sucked and the rotors sucked, but also they made excellent bike proxies because the way they had the drivers for those things was very much like a war biker. So it was super easy to like convert them up and have them in there. I think I've got one spare one floating around that I was planning on doing that with. I was going to do the knob and have it be a hover bike on purpose, but I never did it because I was hoping, really, really hoping that we were going to get a war boss on war bike. Not the Def Killer War Trike. I have that too. I love it. It's up on the shelf. You guys have seen it a million times. But I still desperately want like a regular war boss on war bike where he's driving himself and he's a great big giant guy, big axe, power claw, whatever. But my idea is to have him on the hover bike like Saboten Khan from the White Scars. I thought doing a like Evil Sun's version of the White Scars chapter master, but as a war boss on hover bike would have been sick. So all of those parts are sitting and waiting and percolating, but we'll see what happens there. Hey, JVB Trucker, thank you for the super chat, man. Much appreciated. Number 4 of 10 tonight. Everybody with a thumbs up for JVB Trucker. He says, I'm too much of an addiction personality, and I see orcs at Amazon or LGS, and I purchase them now, and I need more. LOL. Are we getting new data cards? All right. I get it. I get it. It's hard. It is really hard not to be excited. And I know I'm not one to talk because here I am holding on to a bunch of kits I haven't built yet. While continuing to pick up kits that like I already have and I needed another one of. Um, an entire unbuilt giant boxes. Okay. So yeah, I'm not the one to talk, but also I'm running a YouTube channel here, right? It's not for me, it's for you. That's what I tell myself. So I sleep at night. But I get it. I get it. Like it's so hard not to feel maximum hype right now and like not to just go crazy buying things. What I keep telling people, what I keep preaching, but not practicing, is patience. Having some patience right now. First of all of these new orcs are coming out in the next couple of weeks. So if you really want something to buy, just wait 2 weeks and your wallet is going to be screaming in agony anyway. Second of all, we've already had a whole bunch of new stuff that I'm sure everybody's sitting on. Everybody is still sitting on their Armageddons. Only Blissful Badger has gotten his done so far. So the rest of us need to catch up and paint all of Armageddon. And that is a lot to paint. There are so many boys and so many grots and so many characters, right? Like we need to get that done. So really, like honestly, truthfully, step back, look at your pile of potential, paint what isn't painted yet, built what isn't built yet, and just hold on. Now, obviously, all that being said, if you're looking to buy a kit for kit bashing material, if you wanted to pick up a current knob kit or a current truck kit or even a current warbike kit, and then just leave it alone so that when the new kit comes out, you can kit bash them together and make some even more unique stuff. Absolutely cool. But yeah, like don't go just like clearing off shelves because you can, right? Like that, you're gonna get into trouble. You're gonna end up like me and have an entire closet full of Warhammer stuff, but you're not gonna have a YouTube channel to share it with to make an excuse of. Oh, let's see. Kit Bashington says, I was going to bash the death cop to do a DACA rig, but now those are going to be built. I'll do a custom DACA rig for October, but now it's time to build me some speed freaks. Nice. Blissful Badger, you are correct. Collecting is part of the hobby. Painting is another part of the hobby. I am very much a collector and not a player. I like owning them. Don't like playing with them. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, and Geese is right. If it makes you feel better, what we get in these 3 years will need to inspire you for the next 7. It is like so Death Guard, right? They came out in 8th edition. Death Guard is only just now getting more than like a random character here and there. And they still haven't gotten like a new squad or anything, right? Like it's been tough. After them was Necrons. Necrons just this last edition finally got more than like a single character. And even that, right? It's been drip feed. And then Tyranids. Tyranids surprisingly got kind of a second wave pretty fast. They've broken the mold. So I don't know. Maybe Games Workshop is shaking it up a little bit. But yeah, it's going to be a hot minute before we get more orcs, guys. So pace yourselves. Pace yourselves. Ooh, year 2047 wants to know advice on a freebooter's color scheme. Most people do freebooters like pirates. You get lots of black, you get lots of swashbuckling and skulls and crossbones and stuff like that. Lots of people want to do a color that's not a clan color, and that's hard because all the major colors are taken, right? You got Evil Suns are red, you got Bad Moons are yellow, Death Skulls are blue. Goths are black, snake bites are white. You got blood axes, holding up the camo. So, like, really, what does that leave? Like green, and when you paint green armor with green skin, it doesn't really look great. You kind of get like this mottled mess. You could do purple, but then you would never find your army. You could do like grays or browns or tans or silvers or golds or whatever, but it's not very orky. Then you land on orange, which is how I landed on orange for my army, and that's why my own personal orc army has that papaya orange color as its accent color, tying it all in, even though it is like very Evil Suns coded and all the vehicles are red, right? I would say honestly, for freebooters, kind of the coolest thing to do would be to paint each squad very differently, with one random thing being the same. So what I mean by that is have your squad of flash kits be yellow bad moons, right? But then give all of them, a red and black checker shoulder pad. And then your Ludas, paint your Luda squad blue, make them look like death skulls, but give them all a red and black checkered shoulder pad, right? You see where I'm going with this? So all of the freebooters in your army are going to look like individual little squads or clans, little mini clans, right? You maybe painted 2 or 3 squads up in the same colors. So they're all going to look disparate, but they're all going to have that same red and black checkerboard, shoulder pad going on. And that's what's going to tie them together under your pirate orc war boss, whatever his name is, leading the force. That's how I would do a freebooter army. Oh man, once again, way behind in the chat here. You guys are really just popping it off. I'm trying my best. Big Fatson keeping some Armageddon stuff on the sprue in case you decide to sell them. Good idea. Hey, Kit Bashington finished your Armageddon orcs today. What? You better post that over on Discord. You're going to be number 2 behind Blissful Badger. Lord Marshall Balian wants to know, will I be at LVO this year? No. For those of you that don't know, I have 4 grots, and those grots require real life grot handling. Run herding, real life run herding. So getting time off of work. Also, this is not my job. I do this for fun. So like in between working and 4 grots, getting time off to go do something like LVO is not in the cards. I didn't even make it to Tacoma Open the last 2 years. So, or no, last 3 years. Yeah, 3 years, because it was 2024. 2 years. Yeah. 2 years I haven't been to Tacoma Open. So yeah, I don't get me wrong. I would love to go to LVO. Warboss Dan, the guy that got me into 40K, which you saw on the Can We Teach 11-year-olds How to Play 11th Edition video. We got together with our grots and played some Warhammer. That was amazing. There was something really special about teaching 40K to our boys, 20 plus years after we played 40K together, that was definitely a life moment. But he has been wanting to do LVO as well. And so we've been talking for a while about like 1 year, we both need to fly into Vegas, do LVO. I don't know that next year is the year. We'll see what happens. He's got grots as well, obviously. We're all very, very busy. Let's see. What else we got? Chrome Speed Freaks are coming. Yes. Kit Bashington. Yes. For those of you that don't know, or it doesn't always come across in photos or videos, my personal orc collection is chrome. Not the boys themselves, but the vehicles. All of my vehicles have chrome rims. And when I say chrome, I don't mean like, oh, I painted them silver, or I did like non-metallic metal. I mean, I took actual liquid chrome and chrome plated the wheels. There's this stuff called Malatow liquid chrome. We use it in the scale model building world to like chrome plate bumpers and trim and wheels and stuff to build model cars. Again, for those of you that don't know, I got my start in scale model building. I still do it very heavily. But those chrome pins, you can either use them right out of the pen, or you can actually like decant it and airbrush it and stuff. They are amazing. It is actual legit chrome. You got to do it over a black base. I've chromed all the wheels on all of my orc vehicles. That's just a thing that I do. I don't do like the whole chrome face thing like Mad Max style. For chrome wheels, you got to have some polished Johnnies. All right, as Hurt would say, formerly of Hoonigan, now with T-Pain Snappy Boy Automotive, you got to have the Chrome Johnnies. All right, so all the trucks, all the buggies, they all have Chrome Johnnies. If you want actual legit Chrome on your orcs, get yourself a Malatow liquid Chrome pen. Yeah, for sure. Hey, Raincoast Bear, hiya from Big Vancouver. Played a big Xenos Rampart game Friday using Orcs Horde. 60 boys, 4 killing Kansas store boys assaulting a fort. It was a glorious swap. Man, that does sound like a glorious swap. Dang, I'd love to go do that. That sounds rad. Yeah, McFatson's got a great comment for your 2047's freebooters. He said you could also paint each squad color a dual color. So mixing two regular clans like yellow and blue, red and brown, etc. Really show off the personal freedom and lack of conformity. I like that one. That's a good one. Crimson Chain. Night, my friend. Thanks for hanging out with us till then. You could come back and watch it later. Distance No Goot said finished his banner knob today. First time doing decals. Nice. Dude, I love decals. Lots of people like kind of poo-poo on decals, or they'll do like the Goblin Hobby stampers or whatever. They'll freehand everything. I love decals. Once again, scale model builder. We use decals for everything. If you know what you're doing with decals, Microsol Solvaset is like the way to go. So there's like a softener for the decals to get it to conform, and then a setting solution that goes over the top of it to really lock it in. Fantastic. In fact, if you guys really want to see, after we get done talking about the bikers, I'll grab some of the scale models and I'll show you some examples of why decals are so great and some examples of Molotov Liquid Crow. So if you want that, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Okay, let's finish talking about bikers. There's the knob. Let's go to the actual war bikers. Here's Warbiker number 1. I love this guy. I love that he's got the turn going on, the dynamicism added to the model. Really, really helps sells it. I love the horns on the front and then moving the toe cutters up. I love the big shooters. Great head on this guy. Like just fantastic bike. Fantastic bike. Can't say enough good things about him. And then the third guy is this one. Okay, he's got a weapon. So in case you couldn't tell, this guy's got both hands on, right? Everyone counts as having a chop it anyway, even though they don't like model it. But this guy, so in the current orc biker kit, there is a guy that's holding a chain, but he's holding the chain in a loop. So he's like holding both ends of the chain. And it's kind of cool, but it's kind of not cool because, like, you know, you go watch the original Mad Max from the 70s or 80s or whatever, and, you know, they all drive by. They're holding one end of a chain, right? And they're trying to get you with the other end, or they got, like, you know, a mace on it or whatever. This is proper. He's got one end of the chain, the other end has a gear on it, a literal gear from a bike. That is super cool, very thematic. I love his helmet. I love his exhaust pipe and his big shooters and stuff. Very, very cool. I love that you can see the coilover shocks on the inside of the forks there. Like, yeah, I am so stoked for these war bikers. So stoked for these war bikers. Unfortunately, oh no, they did give us some things. So each bike mounts a pair of dual DACA guns that are typically fired in long, uncontrolled bursts. Biker Knob gets a special upgrade to their own, strapping rockets on other guns for drive-by tank busting. So here it is from the side. There you go. There's the chain, and it's actually 2 gears, which is even cooler. You got the belt drive here going on. I love the chunkiness of them, but they're still like low and fast looking. Like these bikes, they nailed it because like the outrider bikes, like they're okay, they're cool looking, but they sit so low, there's no way they would work on the battlefield, none whatsoever. Like they're just completely unreasonable. And then you've got like the Adelant Jackals, the Gene Stealer Cult ones, very cool dirt bikes, but they're tiny and they're really, really high. They're like KTMs or something, right? Like they are on huge, massive, long travel suspension. But then they're not in any kind of dynamic poses. They're like standing there, like on, you know, with one leg down or whatever, right? So it just doesn't work. These, though, these are like proper giant, chunky, like lowrider style, you know, chopper bikes, and I love them. They're so cool. Yeah, Andrew Fishman, I'm with you. Orc dirt bikers would have been rad, but what I want is grot dirt bikers. I think you should have a squad of grot bikers. And yeah, they're like all in these little mini. You guys know like the Honda Grom, the little like mini sport bike or crotch rocket, right? Like I want miniature bikes for the grots. I think that would be hilarious. That would be so stinking good. Hey, Deflus and Ashes, thanks for pumping that. You are right. Only 35 likes on the video, but there are over 55 of you watching, I think, right now. Where's my 62 of you currently watching, and only 37 of you have hit the like button. So if you like what you see, could you please consider hitting the like button? That helps us out here in the algorithm. If you really want to help out the algorithm, you can comment right there. Leaving comments does great things. If you want to do even better things, you could leave a super chat. And if you wanted to leave a super chat, may I humbly ask you for a $10 super chat? We are trying to get 10 of them tonight in celebration of our 10,000 subscribers. Normally we do any level. But one thing we noticed is the last couple of times we've hit our algorithm goal. For those of you that don't know, the YouTube algorithm pushes channels based on different metrics. And one of the metrics that they've told us pushes the most is doing live streams with super chats. And if you do a super chat goal and you meet it, the algorithm like exponentially pushes your channel out there to new people. So you see much faster growth. So we've been doing that for quite a few months now, and we've been hitting our goals most nights. Well, now it's to the point where we hit the goal and it doesn't move the needle much. And I was trying to figure out why. And one of the things that YouTube's, feedback thing, whatever, told me was that even though we were getting a bunch of super chats and meeting our goals, it wasn't, not that it wasn't quality. That's not the right word, but you're supposed to be growing is what they said. So you either need to grow the number of chats you did, which is why we did like 20 super chats over 2 hours instead of the 10 over 2 hours, right? It's supposed to be growing the volume and or growing the size of the super chat itself. So we're trying both. So like I said, the last time we did it, we did 20 super chats instead of 10 or 15, trying to get the number up. And tonight we're trying to go for only 10, but do $10 to get the what they're worth up, to really show that variation and that quality to YouTube so that we continue growing, because those first 10,000 were very, very hard. Hopefully the next 10,000 is much easier. Yes, 97420 Empire, exactly. It's all about engagement growth. Oh, Kit Bashington wants to know, Codex releasing at the same time. Sorry if I'm stealing your thunder. No, you're not stealing my thunder. That's what we're here to talk about, is the Codex. So, well, let's get to the bottom of the article because that's where we get the Codex in here. But yeah, so here is the side of bike number 1. Really, really like that one again. And then they give us a side of a different bike, I think. Yeah, this is the different guy. This is one that's got the flames on the front and the horns. They just show us the front half of him, but that's okay. He's super rad. I love that the big shooters have different barrels, different cooling slots on the barrels, and different clips on the guns. Very cool. I suspect all of these pieces, like these front canards, for lack of a better term, and the guns and stuff, are going to be interchangeable between all of the bikes. Notice that the tank and the engine right here is the same on that bike and this bike. So I suspect it's going to be 3 identical actual bike frames. Then you're going to have 3 different sets of legs, 3 different sets of torsos, however many different arms, and then all the little accoutrements are going to be totally compatible between all the bikes. So that's going to be super duper rad. That's why I got to get at least 2 kits. And then here's the back of our knob with our little ammo grot. Dude, best grot. Tell me, like, on the grot scale here, this should be a 10 out of 10, in my opinion. He's holding onto a chain, right, which is immediately cool. He's got his own little grot shooter, immediately cool. And then he's got the really rad helmet with the goggles, and he's won. He's got his tongue out. Yeah, I like it. He's cool. He's cool. But yeah, so then Warbikers are still orcs at the end of the day, plow straight into close combat, so they lead into their enemies with choppas, yada, yada, yada. So and then here's the important part. Both of these kits will be available to pre-order soon. So we're all suspecting Saturday they're going to tell us that the pre-orders are out. And then Nobz a little later. So once again, a lot of people are presuming that means Nobz are a kill team. I'm not so sure. Multiple times before, there has been a Codex release and then a break and then a post-Codex like second wave. So I could totally see that coming, especially if they're going to go a couple of months in between the Orc Codex and the Space Marine Codex coming out. They're going to need something to take up that slack. So having the Orcs come out in 2 waves might make sense. But yeah, guys, this Orctober, we are all going to have so many new orcs to build and paint. So many orcs to build and paint. So, like, come on. New Nobz coming out, new Warbikers coming out, new boys coming out that are multi-part boys, new War Boss, new the new little mech. Everybody keeps forgetting that we got a new baby mech coming, the one that's got like the Tech Marine style power claw thing on his backpack to fix up stuff with. We got the new truck coming. Plus, you've got all the Armageddon stuff in Armageddon or in the starter sets or being released on its own. And then you've got the unique sculpts. Remember, there's 6 unique sculpts in the introductory starter set. So that gives you 5 boys and a knob that are totally unique compared to all the other ones. And then there's that little start painting set that has 2 boys and a grot that are also unique sculpts, right? So many different orc models coming out already that we know of. Not to mention Boss Nazdra coming. Like, let's go. So yeah, super duper duper cool stuff. All sorts of new stuff. Almost the whole range getting a refresh. Very little getting left alone. Basically, your Gorkanaut, Morkanaut, the Stampa, your Daka Jets. Flash Gits did not get a redo and are not going to get a redo. Storm Boys did not get a redo. Mega Nobz did not get a redo. Mech Guns surprisingly didn't, though I still think that they might get repackaged with bases. We'll see what happens with those. But yeah, so much of the army got redone. So that's crazy. Let's say, oh, hey, super chat coming in. We are halfway to our goal. Thank you to Bake Dog. Super appreciate you, my friend. He says, I imagine an orc hover bike being carried by grots on squigs. Oh, I love it. Grots on squigs doing the hover bike. I might have to do that now, even though we're not going to get a war boss and a war bike. I can make it an alternative WAAAGH gut smack. That's what I can do, because I love the WAAAGH model, but I hate that he's riding up a rock. I think it's really stupid looking. And so, like, I'm trying to kit bash mine to look like a road instead of a rock. But yeah, what if I did an alternate build WAAAGH Gutsmech, but we made him on a hover bike, right? But then, yeah, instead of actually hovering, it's just a bunch of grots painted purple carrying him around. That would be hilarious. Oh, I love that. Okay, I gotta write this down. You guys think I'm joking about this stuff. I'm old. I have memory, whatever. I do really have to write this stuff down. And I really do write it down in my handy dandy red notebook, as available at theredonesgofaster.com. This thing is amazing. Simply because it's so screaming red, you can't miss it out. But yeah, all right. So WAAAGH Gutsmech. Alt build. And it's a orc or boss hover bike carried by purple grots. That would be amazing. Build ideas. All right, in the build ideas, let's go. Bring in Best Grot to raise the super chat partay. Yeah, Best Grot is watching from another location right now, so that's why he's not here. And he was trying to get in on the chat, but he was telling me he's having problems figuring out the chat, so he's just been chatting me directly. But Best Grot is here. You guys can just wave at him, and he'll wave at you. He's just not going to be able to do it here in person. Distance No Goot says, when GW does the new Luda Burna kit, will it include the spanner? Ooh, that is a great question. Okay, so the third part of our thing tonight, right? Knobs, or new models, Codex, and then what else is coming? This is part of that. What else is coming? I strongly suspect they are not going to have spanners in the redo of the Luda's Burnas. And here's why. The spanner never really made sense. Okay. First of all, in your Burna squad, he's carrying around like an anti-tank gun with one shot or a big shooter. Everybody else has flamethrowers. Why wouldn't he have a flamethrower too? It makes no sense whatsoever. Not to mention, they're Burnas. They're Burna boys. They like to burn things. Do they even need a mech, a mini mech, a spanner boy to lead them? Like, no, they would need some crazy honking pyro head to leave them, right? And then on the Luda's side, he sort of made sense because all of their guns are looted and like kind of cobbled together. But once again, a Big Mek would be doing that. The Spanner just kind of fixes little things, but I mean, the def gun is either going to work or it doesn't. I don't know. It didn't make a lot of sense. So what I predict, and again, it's not like Purple Squig sent it to me. I don't know any of this for sure. This is pure conjecture. But then again, my pure conjecture has been pretty good because my pure conjecture said we were getting a new truck 8 months ago. We got a new truck. I said that all knobs are going on 40 millimeters. All knobs that are 40 millimeters, right? But yeah, so my predictions, my conjurations, my gut feeling is still we're going to get a new gas sometime around the end of the edition, but we're going to get a new gas, and that we're going to get a Luda Burna kit. And the Luda Burna kit is going to change the size of the squad to at least 6, possibly 8, but also that the leaders are going to change. This new knob that we saw with the giant heavy Scorcha is a huge, like, boop, 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 red flag showing us that, right? That guy's awesome. How would you not want him to lead your squad of Burnus, right? Like, come on, let's go here. So at least on the Burna side, I totally see the knob changing. Now on the Luda side, I could see them leaving a Spanaboy in there, but they will definitely change up his war gear and stuff like that, just like they did the Tank Busta knob. So yeah, take that for what you will. You guys also know I used the Spana to kit bash the mini mech. That was one of the very first videos on the channel way back in October of 2023. So go back and watch that if you want to see how to turn a Spanaboy into a mini mech. We did it twice. So you can see it 2 different ways. Hey, Lucarus7434, much appreciated. The 6th of 10 super chats tonight. You guys are amazing. He says, you are the reason I got into Warhammer 40K and collecting orange. Oh, I'm excited for the new kit bash in the near future and inspiration for my big WAAAGH. Let's go. Welcome to the WAAAGH, my friend. Yes, we are doing lots of kit bashes. As you guys saw with the Dakar Rig video, I am back on board with kit bashing. For those of you that are new, and there are a lot of you, again, there are 10,000 of you now. And normally last year, I think we were sitting at like 6,500 at the end of October. I broke my wrist last October, like absolutely shattered it. I had 3 surgeries. I had titanium plates in my hand. It's taken a ton of physical therapy to be able to do this anymore. So yeah, I got this giant scar here. And then on the backside, I've got one here and one down here where all of the hardware was. So yeah, this hand still doesn't work like the other hand. It's taken a ton of work to get here. So doing things like painting was hard. Now, this is my dominant hand, not this one, thank goodness. But like painting was surprisingly hard because you don't realize how much you use this hand to manipulate the model while you're painting. You kind of hold this hand still. This hand does the manipulation. This one just does the touching. So that was like a mind trip. But then kit bashing, like doing fiddly little tiny things, that hand-eye coordination and that fine motor skills. Plus, I have like really bad nerve damage in this arm anyway. Let's get that one on. Yeah, there we go. There's that scar. Thanks to the U.S. Coast Guard. So like already I'm not working great on this hand. So it's been a long rehab to be able to get to where I can kit bash again. I am finally there. I can kit bash. I'm not 100% where I was yet, but I can kit bash again. And so now I'm back on the wagon. I did the Dakar Rig first because it's so big. It kind of gave me an opportunity to do a really big thing before trying like smaller things like a little mini mech again. But yeah, I am confident. I'm feeling good. That's why I got a whole spare Armageddon box here. Is what can we turn this stuff into, because this stuff is going to be around cheap for the entire edition, so people are going to have lots and lots of spares of the boys and the grots and maybe even the characters and stuff. So we're going to be kit bashing from this. Lots more kit bashing to come. So yeah, very much good for that. Pitbull wants to know, did I punch a Umi? No, I did not. It was the grot's fault, as most things are. Not really. I was running with Boss Grot and didn't want to lose the race. So I decided that I was going to trip and extend my arm out and then land on it, basically. Yeah, I fell while running. I am older, and apparently your bones get brittle. And if you fall while running on asphalt, things will break that didn't break, half your life ago. So, yeah, everybody be careful out there. Either run on a treadmill or on a nice rubbery track. And then also, when you fall, don't put all of your weight onto one wrist. There we go. I got the scar for picking a fight with the entire Coast Guard. Yes. Long story short, this is kind of like a mini AMA, I guess. Long story short, I was in the Coast Guard. I was a rescue swimmer, was one of my many jobs. Coast Guard is very tiny. You have lots of jobs. But I was a rescue swimmer off of a ship. So I'd jump off the side of a ship, swim out, save people. Did that many times. And I was working my way up to becoming a rescue swimmer out of a helicopter. So you jump out of the helicopter, attach to the rope, and then swim and save people. And then they pull you back in. But essentially, training accident, basically got yeeted out of a helicopter simulator onto the deck of a ship. They didn't have the rigging all right and broke my neck, literally. So I had 3 fractured vertebrae, multiple collapsed discs, all that kind of stuff, major, massive nerve damage. But the way that they fractured and healed, there's like spurs and things that cut into my nerves, especially the nerve branches that go down this arm. And so it causes permanent nerve damage in this arm and really kind of screws with things. And so I tend to have the dropsies a lot and things like that. But yeah, there you go. That's the thing. So no, did not pick a fight with the entire Coast Guard. Loved every second I was in there. I joined on purpose after 9/11 to save people, not hurt people. Then they shipped me off to a bunch of foreign countries, but still, again, rescue swimmer, did a lot of saving. Very proud of what I did. But yeah, that was best. Get bash. Ooh, Istithar crashed trail running last month. Smashed into some roots. Really did your left pinky. Oof, man. Yeah, dude. Like, I got friends, right, that are my age, and they're like getting back into mountain biking and skateboarding. And every time they do, I'm like, dude, like, are you sure? Like, I did this running. Like, you want to crash down the side of a mountain in this advanced age when we're like getting, AARP ads and taking Centrum Silver? I don't know, man. I don't know. James Wilson says, why didn't you get a mech arm? That's what we were joking about for months, was that it was my power claw. With all the titanium in here, I literally couldn't move it at all. It was internally fixated. I had a plate in this side that wrapped around and had like this hook on my thumb. So I couldn't even do this with my thumb. Like this was all locked in place. I could basically kind of do that. That was about the extent of what I could do for like what, October, November, December, January. Yeah, like 4 months. I literally could not do anything. And my joke was that, we're just going to cut it off and put on a power claw and just embrace the titanium. Luckily, I got really good Mad Docs and we didn't have to do that. So, yeah, very, 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 very grateful for the medical care I got, especially in the country I live in. That, yeah, things actually work. But again, a big part of that is, the work you put in is what you get out of it. When it comes to physical therapy, as I learned the first time, you've got to do the work and you've got to consistently do the work. And it's hard and it sucks and it hurts. But if you don't do it and you guard it and you like stay hunched up, that's when you're gonna lose mobility. You're gonna like lose everything forever. So if you guys ever do get injured, keep loose, keep limber, keep working at it. No pain, no gain. That's where that comes from. Oh, Big Mek says you have 4 kids at home. You're the target demographic for cave diving. No, definitely not. I don't like small. I am an actual big mech. I know it doesn't really come across on the screen, but I'm a big guy. All right. I'm in the X's of the sizes. I'm a big dude. I don't like small spaces. I like nice, big, open spaces. I would never do cave diving. I don't do caves that are on land. Okay, you're not going to shove me into some spot where I'm not going to get my fat butt back out. Okay. Yeah, Defluce and Ashes actually, yeah, he's right. He sent me a desk claw arm. The Grots nicked it. They started building it. They got it most of the way done. And then the squigs got to it and some parts got missing. We still need to get back to that. But as most things in my life, they're started and then never finished. But yeah, that was a really cool thing that you had done. We still really appreciate it. I'm telling you, we still have it. I think we may have even recovered all of the pieces or figured out like where we could get replacements. We're gonna get there. Kid Washington, when you get older, you might be a cyborg like me. I'm getting there, man. I need 2 hands to count all my surgeries now. And counting. Yeah, there we go. A Big Mek wants to know, did I get Cincinnati? No, I did not. Thankfully, private city doctors. I think that was the difference, and that's what saved me because I had a coastie buddy get a very similar injury, but in his low back instead of in his neck. He broke his back, but like in the same kind of way, like very fractured vertebrae that like shifted things and impacted nerve roots and whatnot. And they sent him to Madigan, and he did. He didn't make it. He's not dead, but his back is permanently screwed, and he will never walk the same again. So I'm very grateful that the ambulance took me to a private hospital, and those doctors kept me, and I never got shipped off to a military hospital. So yeah, there we go. Typical orc household. We are a very, very typical orc household. And a pirate hook would have been more used as a grot herder for sure. I definitely need some grot herding around here. Oh, and Big Mek, you are welcome. Tony Hawk. Yeah, Tony Hawk, though, is Tony Hawk. Okay. But also, he's already broken everything a bunch of times. So now he has that reinforced titanium like permanently in there. So now when he falls, like it doesn't, that doesn't hurt. So yeah. Anyways. Okay, guys, we are at 6 out of 10 on the super chats. I don't know how much time we got. We got 40 minutes left, so we're gonna keep on going. We've talked about the Nobz, we've talked about the Warbikers, we've talked about the Codex, we've talked about post Codex things. If you have any more questions about orc stuff or any of the stuff coming out, definitely throw them in the chat, and we are going to talk about them because that is our main topic for tonight. But also, I kind of like this little mini AMA we got going. I still want your questions for our top 10 Ask Me Anything question live stream. So definitely throw those in there. If it's good enough, we'll save it for that live stream. If it's not, we'll do it tonight. So throw that stuff in the chat. I am out of Red Squig in my Hot Work Summer thing, so I'm going to throw up an ad. And by ad, I mean the red ones go fasta, so that you can look at it and everybody can go use your 10% off code. Remember, it's code 10K. While I refill this, we'll take a very, very, very short break, and then I'll be right back on. We'll get into it, but let's put this up. Let's go to collections. Let's get the new order up here and let everybody look at that. All right, so you guys go look at that, and then I'm going to refill this, and we'll be right back at it. Ugh. Ugh. All right, did you guys loot the place? I feel like something's missing. Darn dirty death skulls. So yeah, don't forget, if you want to order any new order stuff, use code 10K now through the 18th to get 10% off your entire order. Okay, now let's see where we got on super chats and regular chats here. Hey, Big Mek's got one for us. Thank you much there. Pick the couple pics of the stomp I sit in Discord. Ooh, are they good enough to go look at right now? We can go look at them right now. Let's pull up the Discord and see. If they are awesome enough, we will go ahead and share that right here on the live stream from Big Mek. I'm sure they're awesome enough, but you know what I mean. Let's see, did you tag me? Yep, you tagged me. Oh, yeah, let's go. Okay, yeah, we're going to share this. Give me a second here. Come on, live streaming software. Haha, there we go. Check this out. So this is from Big Mek on the Discord. This is the Stompa he's working on. Check out the custom face there. Look at the big old exhaust axe. Dude, this WAAAGH banner on it is wild. Is that like homemade? Or is that like an Age of Sigmar thing that you've repurposed? What is that? Def gun on the little turret, one of the Dorn guns on the chest gun. Oh yeah, right there. Gun from the Royal Dorn. Nice. And def gun on the little turret. Yeah, right there. Def gun from a Luda. I like it. I like it. I see a plasma gun there. That looks like a turret from a Chimera or a Lehman Russ. Got a bunch of Rhino headlights going on there. Those look cool. I like the old Bale Eye add-on to the big orc belly armor. That is wicked cool. Oh, the horns are from a Black Orc fantasy banner. Yeah, I thought I recognized the horns. I think I have that banner, but yeah, like this giant gob is really cool, and the Daka gun and the big teeth there is really really cool. So there was another, yeah, there's a close-up picture of the def gun. Yep. That looks like a Killican piece too. Very cool. Thank you for sharing, Big Mek. If anybody else has something really cool to share, you want to throw the photos up on Discord, and we will share yours as well. Oh yeah. Oh, hold on. We got to go all the way back to the beginning. What was that? The very, very first super chat. Somebody had said something about psychers, right? I'm remembering that, right? Oh, hold on. Yeah, the psychers. Where was that at? All the psychers. Where? Okay, there was a leak on the Orc Codex leak with the psychers. Unstable energies, right? Okay, yeah, psycher levels. That's what we were talking about. Hold on, let me share that page. So I knew we had another main topic. Let's look at it. Okay, so for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, on Reddit, a page, couple of pages of the Orc Codex got leaked, but this is the one that's got everybody going crazy. So it's got a thing here on yes, we know Adblock. On the boss, right? So getting an extra CP for a warlord, yada yada. But here we go. Unstable energies, orc psychers, weird boys and their unsavory ilk release a painful buildup of WAAAGH energy and sudden discharges power, right? That's pretty standard. Orc psycher units with this ability have a psycher level of 1 or higher. Psycher level? Psycher level is something brand spanking new. In fact, it's not even mentioned in the main rulebook at all. So this is something definitely new. So in a battle round, friendly orc psyker unit can use a numbered psychic abilities whose total psychic level does not exceed that of the unit's power level. So it's kind of like the new detachment points thing where you have 3 detachment points, and you can either take a detachment that costs 3 points, or like a 2-point and a 1-point detachment and take 2 detachments, or like take 3 1-point detachments. It's like the same kind of thing. So now you're going to have these psychic levels and then psychic level points, right? So in a battle round, a psychic level 3 could use 3 psychic level 1 abilities, or a 1 and a 2, or 1 level 3 ability. And so basically it gives your psychers the ability to have levels to their power, which actually calls back way, way, way back. 2nd edition, Beaky librarians had levels to them. There was like a codicier and an epistolary, and then the full librarian, and they were different levels, and those different levels had different levels of psychic powers. I don't know that I have that codex. 2nd edition Beaky Codex, I don't think is in my collection. but it definitely had levels of librarian. Maybe I can levels of space librarian. Then do an image because it was definitely in the Codex. I remember seeing that in. Oh, come on. I hate the slop that is the internet these days. Lexicanum, that's what I was thinking of. The Lexicanum, the Epistolary, and the Codicier. Those were your levels of librarian. And as your levels went, your psychic abilities went up. Here we go. Yeah, Lord Marshmallow. Yeah, I know. The multiple different Beaky Codexes in second edition. It was a wild time. But here you go. So you had Lexicanum. This was like your base level. So this would be like your level 1 psyker. Okay. And then you had Codicier. And notice like the badge gets bigger and the drip gets better, and they get more hoses to connect them to the psychic energies, right? So he was like a level 2. And then epistolary, this guy was the top level. So epistolary would be like the full meal deal librarian, right? And so he's got the full drip. He's got the force sword going on, right? And you could also do him in the Terminator armor and stuff. Okay. So that was the levels, was Lexicanum, Codicier, Epistolary. And notice that it goes from like a scroll to a book to a tome, right? Like that's their knowledge level. And so the levels of psychers, especially being 3 levels of psychers, has been something that has been around for a long, long time, and used to be a part of the actual rules in the lore. So this is actually a really cool callback thing, which is really rad. Oh, Distance No Goot says he's got a few pictures of his banner knob in the Discord. Where is that? Where'd you put? You said where'd you put that? Distance No Goot. Is he in the painting section? Let me look at the painting section. Painting the lads. Nope, we got some cool lads there, but there's no oh no, there he is. There he is. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. We gotta get this on here. All right, we're all gonna look at this one's No Goots banding up. You guys will like this, trust me. You know old Big Mek doesn't wrong here. And bam, check that out. So that is the Armageddon Vananob with his little Jimothy Squigothy. All right, this is from Distance No Goot 3319. You gotta love the red with the evil sun on there. Very cool. I love the ombre fade of the yellow orange there in the Gork / Mork Maw. And then you've got the green glowing in the eyes here, kind of psychic-ish. Very rad. That almost looks like Blood Axe camo on the axe. That's rad. Got the hair squig, got the teeth. Looking good. Looking real good. He had a couple of other angles. There you go. That shows off the custom big shooter he's got behind his back. For those of you that haven't seen that model in person yet. Oh, McFadden said, 3rd time's a charm. My last super chat question was, what's a good orc body for kit bashing a Wartrike? McFadden, did I miss you? Oh, shit. I did. Sorry. I did miss you. Dude, McFadden, I am so sorry, my friend. I did not see that come in. That is entirely my fault. So McFadden asked, kit bashing a Wartrike, War Boss body suggestions. Ooh. Okay, that is a really tough question. So I'm assuming that the issue is you're wanting to do a war boss on a war bike, right? But you want him to be dynamic, right? He's going to be riding the bike or have like the arm out or whatever. And the problem is all of the war boss size things, especially the new giant size war boss we have now, aren't dynamic in that way. Because they don't ride the thing. So like Death Killer Wartrike, the war boss is standing up, right? And he's like holding onto a chain or something, and he's got his like power snagga thing. So that's not gonna work. And I mean, yeah, you could use Wazdaka Gutsmack, but at that point, you might as well just build Wazdaka Gutsmack. So if you're wanting to do something really, well, no, you did say kit bash, you get war trike. So now, when you say war trike, McFadden, do you mean like old school, like Gorka Morka style war trike, or do you mean like Death Killer war trike, replace the war boss on him? By the way, war trike body is one Land Raider's side tread. Really? On the new war track in the Armageddon box? What do you mean by that? War track body is one Land Raider's side tread. I'm not sure I'm following, McFadden. What do you work war track? On the new one. Oh, your kit bash. Ah, okay. That makes. I'm like, I don't see a Land Raider tread on here. Maybe I missed something. Okay, so your kit bash, the war track body is one Land Raider's side tread. Okay, so the pilot and the war boss are sitting on either side of it. Okay, I got you. So it's like mono wheel style, and you got war boss on one side and the driver on the other. Very cool. I've seen things like that. In fact, where did I see? There was another game that has something like that. It's like a little monoball thing that I picked up to do a kit bash with. So okay, so you need a war boss that's like sitting like almost sidecar style, right? Um, boy, war bosses that are kind of down like that. See, the problem is like all of the legs are going to be regular sized legs, and then you put like a Warboss top on it. It's going to look really top heavy and weird, kind of like that old red monster from the Bugs Bunny cartoons that would mess with Marvin the Martian. Um, so a bigger body that's sitting down. I would look at like some AOS stuff. Like I know AOS and Old World, there's like some orcs that like ride a dragon. They've kind of got big legs that are hanging out that you could do something like that on. Um, but also they've got ones that are um like kind of more sitting style. But yeah, if you wanted like the big bow legs, you could do like the Mazark Scragbad kit slash, Big Boss and Squigosaur. Their torsos and bottom halves are very normal. You could use that. Um, but again, that's the he's like riding it, right? Like his legs are out like this. But if you want him more like sitting down, like in a sidecar, or like standing kind of sideways, I would look at AOS or old world stuff to try to find the body for that. That's what I would do. Lord Marshabellian DM'd me his WAAAGH. Well, that's cool. Let's take a look at that. Oh, dude, he is sick. I like this show and off live stream. We need to do more of these where you guys send me the stuff you work on and we take a look at it because this is fun to share this. Check this out. This is Lord Marshall Ballian's WAAAGH Gutsmack. Right, he's got the great big cannon on there. I like the nice bright green skin. This angle really shows off that it's 5 claws on the power claw. I like that you kept the smoke effect. Very, very, very cool. We got a couple of close-ups as well. Here's the side view here. Check that out. You got the flame gradient going on in the fire and the smoke. Got the really cool boss pole with all the helmets on it. Dude, the flames are legit. 10 out of 10 on the flames. I am a flame connoisseur. Those flames are excellent. Excellent, excellent. I like the bone work too. The bone work is awesome. And then he made his own decal. Check this out on the back. The Sons of Anarchy. Wicked cool. I have not built my WAAAGH yet. I'm still stuck at the how to turn the base into a road thing. But yeah, I'm loving seeing people's WAAAGHs. Dude, no, thank you. Thank you, Lord Marshbellion, for sending that to me. That is awesome. I loved seeing it, and I loved sharing it with the chat. Definitely worthy of being in the chat or being on the video tonight, for sure. That was awesome. Oh, hey, James Wilson has a squig up. Man, I love this. Let's keep it going. Oh, hey, by the way, we're only 3 away from hitting our super chat goal, guys. 3 away. Oh, dude, this thing is sick. What? Okay. Guys, I don't think you're ready. I don't think you're ready for this one. This is wild. Okay, so this is James Wilson's Iron Squigoth. Check this scratch-built bad boy out. Look at that. So this is, we were talking earlier about the Def Copters from Assault on Blackridge. This is an Assault on Blackridge Def Copter. There's a Death Strike missile from an Imperial Guard kit. We got looks like a main battle cannon from a Lehman Russ in here. Looks like maybe some parts from a Orca Met gun kit. You got guys climbing up it. This dude right here, this little grot, he's from the Warbikers kit. We got a big shoot over here with another grot manning it. I love the AT-AT style, but very orky. That door right there, this is from a battle wagon. That's a battle wagon nose right there. Right? That's all battle wagon nose. Like there's right there, that little cheek, Pikachu cheek. That's where you would attach the arms for the Def Rolla. Right? So that's all from the I lost my train of thought. See, I told you guys that was old. But yeah, then there's another door from that kit there. Some more grots in the back. Dude, this thing's killer. So stinking cool. Yeah, that'd be my pride and joy too. That thing is wild. And we got another picture here. Landons. Oh, I see. The Def Copter is supposed to take off and land. That is awesome. Good and not good. Oh my god, proper land fortress. That is so stinking cool. Man, Orky land aircraft carrier, like, come on. This is so stinking cool. Dude, thank you for sharing that. 10 out of 10. No notes. Must copy. That was sweet. Oh, Big Mek said maybe at the very front of his base, make it like the edge of a crater, throwing up a piece of the road he was riding on. That's an idea. Kind of like that idea. DeFlue Snatcher said, did everyone see the scratch-built Gargantuan Squigoth on the Inspiration channel? What? Let's see that. Our live stream is going to end up being the Discord review. So that was in the Inspiration channel. Those of you that aren't on Discord yet, why aren't you on Discord yet? Discord is awesome. Especially our Discord. Oh, yeah. You know, okay, this is cool, but it's a link to Reddit, and it kind of gets into other things, so I don't know that we're gonna get into that. But yeah, if you guys want to see it, Gene Bean linked it on Discord in the Inspiration channel. Your best bet is to go there and look at it, because it's going to take you over to Reddit to read the Reddit thing. I don't want to be logged into Reddit while we're live streaming, even though I'm old Big Mek on Reddit. So pretty easy to find. But yeah, I don't know, man. Sometimes sharing stuff gets weird. Just because of how all of the cookies and stuff works. So yeah. But yeah, if you want to see it, go there, click on it, see it, do it on your computer. But yeah, cool. All right, guys, did you have any other questions or any other super chats? We got 16 minutes left to get those last 3, and we'll have our 10 for 10. And any questions for the AMA? We definitely want to get those for next week. I'm going back through, making sure I didn't miss anything. Any questions anybody had for the AMA or any questions for tonight? Oh, Kit Bashington has oldie but goodie. Top 10 new kits coming to Kit Bash. Top 10 old kits revisited. Ooh, I do like that. When all the new kits come out, we will definitely be doing reviews on which ones are good for kit bashing or not. And yes, I think I saw somewhere somebody had asked about the truck. Yes, the new truck should come with a boatload of bits. Games Workshop showed 2 different truck builds, and there was a ton of pieces that were different. So it should be like the current truck where you get lots of gubbins. So I'm very excited that the new orc kits do actually seem to be coming with lots of extra parts, which is what we want. That's the good stuff. Oh, sorry. Oh, look at that. We got super chat number 8 from James Wilson because I made him smile. Dude, you made me smile. Thank you. Thank you for being awesome. Thank you for sharing. Dude, I love seeing your guys' creations. I love sharing your creations. The stuff that you guys are doing with painting, making your own decals, kit bashing, dude, you guys are awesome. That's what makes this community so stinking fun and like cool to be part of. I mean, you guys know I love everything 40K. I have a huge beaky army, right? Like I'm into all of them, but orcs are the best and orc people are the best because we're all so happy to be here and happy to be hobbying and happy to share with each other. Like you get on Discord or not Discord, you get on Reddit and like look at other like 40K Reddits, and dude, it is a cesspool of just like people sniping at each other and being mean and like I don't need that in my life. And you go to the orc one and everyone's just like, you know, the same purple orc joke every week. And we all still laugh about it. Like nobody gets a jerk about it because it's always funny. Yeah, just super duper cool. Hey, Shady Snakes with super chat number 9 there. One to go. One to go. We're almost there. He wants to know, how are the every kit is an orc kit builds coming along? Are you waiting to do more bashes for the Codex? Ooh. Ooh. Okay. None of you know this because I started filming it, but it obviously hasn't been put out as a video yet. But Shady Snakes and I did a great big giant trade with each other. You guys do know this. Shady Snakes is the purveyor of all things super rare Warhammer. We did that unboxing of like the absolute mind blowing crazy rare stuff he sent me, and I had sent him a bunch of crazy rare stuff as well, especially from that kind of stuff. But anyways, within that box, he also sent me 3 different kits for every kit is an orc kit. And for those of you that don't know, I have a Patreon. The Patreon mostly deals with this, but one of the things that is going to be a new Patreon exclusive is I will kit bash your kit. So you will be able to send me a kit for every kit is an orc kit, and I will turn it into an orc kit and then send it back to you. And then you will have in your own collection your very own big mechified every kit is an orc kit bash that is forever, you know, on YouTube that you could prove to people where it came from. And we're starting that with Shady Snakes. He sent me a selection of 3 very different kits and said, you know, whichever one I wanted to do to go for it. And I had ideas for all 3 of them, honestly. So one of them I was waiting for to see if we got a new kit before I started it, just in case I had to change a dimension. Another one is like totally ready and good to go. We just need to like actually carve out the time and do it. That is probably the one I am going to do like next and do the video of. And then there was a third one that was kind of the most intriguing because it was the most off the wall. So it would be like the hardest kit bash. So yeah, I don't know. It's hard because there's one that's super obvious. It's like, oh well, that's like you should do that one, but it's a little too super obvious. And then there's the one that's like, oh, that would be really cool, like challenging, but I don't know how cool it'd be at the end. And then the third one is like, I think the right combination of like challenging and really cool. So, but yes, I am working on them Shady Snakes. I've actually filmed an intro and an unboxing and a bunch of other stuff and really looked at the kits. I even have the idea of what I'm going to do for each of them. Just waiting to see some kits and also waiting to make sure that this thing worked. But yes, we are getting to that. And hey, we got the last one there, sneaking it with number 10. You guys are amazing. We made the super chat goal. Oh, you guys are the best community. I love you guys. You turned this channel from a like, here's my random work thing that I made. So like we've got this thing going on. We did this, guys. We did this. We're gonna do more things. Like this is wild. This is so cool. Sneaky Git, congrats for the 10 gay. Thank you so much, my friend. You are amazing. You guys are all amazing. Much appreciated, everybody. Everybody, please, you could give a little thumbs up. I don't know if you noticed right there, you can thumbs up the super chats. Make sure everybody is thumbs up in the super chat. Let's thank you to all of the amazing people that super chatted tonight. Even McFatson, he gets them too. He gets them too. So if you guys could all do that, make sure you throw thumbs up there for everybody. Thumbs up here or down there for old Big Mek. Let's round of applause for everybody. You guys are awesome and amazing. I really do look forward to Monday nights now. Like, not to be like super normal or whatever, but everyone, okay, so the Mondays, right? Mondays at work do kind of suck. Okay, they really do. And like honestly, I've gotten to the point where I really, really enjoy Monday because I know that Monday night I'm doing the live stream and how much fun it's gonna be. And at first it was like I did the live stream like when the grots were going to bed and doing stuff like that. There wasn't really anything else going on. And like I've had to move the times up more and more and more so that the grots can come in and be a part of it because they're having fun and you guys are having fun with them. And like, now we're getting into school season and band camp and stuff like that, right? It's not as many grots around at this moment in time. But yeah, like we all love being here on Mondays, hanging out with each other. Anytime I miss one, I blow up. My DMs and my inboxes are crazy with everyone going, "What's the live stream? What's going on? Are you okay? Like, what's going on with the live stream?" And like, it has become such a thing, even though we don't schedule it. Okay, because like, full disclosure, in case you haven't noticed, I'm really, really, really bad at scheduling things or doing things at the exact same time. There are YouTube channels out there that have been doing this gig for 10, 15 years that they do a video every single Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific, like clockwork, and they never miss. Salute to you, Uncle Adam, right? At Tabletop Minions. Like I can't do that. I am not that kind of person. Like my brain is way too scattered, and I am way too much of a real life orc that I'm just like, oh, squirrel, like squid, whatever. Like I cannot hold myself to like doing the same thing. So even just like live streaming on a Monday is really hard for me, let alone like having a time. So it's not like so it's not even like we like, oh, every Monday at 7 o'clock. No, we could start at 5:30. We could start at 10. Who knows? Sometimes I do the live stream on Sunday and it's like, oh, it's not even Monday. Monday's tomorrow, right? Exactly. Like it's crazy. So the fact that we've done this so long that it's become such a thing, even with that kind of inconsistency, that you guys are always here to watch is super duper fun and amazing. And I love it. I love hanging out with you guys on Mondays. I love having Monday Night WAAAGH. I cannot wait to get my new WAAAGH order gear in for Monday Night WAAAGH. Let me just say, there's going to involve a top rope, a grot, and a steel chair. Okay, it's coming. Orktober is going to be off the chain. Make sure you guys have your merch for Orktober because let's go. All right. Kate Bashington, that is not true. Orcs do have watches. They just say it's crumping time over the whole watch. In fact, here we are with the AMA stuff again. I collect watches and don't get like not Rolexes. I got Timexes. Okay. Low end watches, but I like watches. Like watches are cool. I love finding vintage watches at like flea markets or antique stores or whatever. I try to fix them up, get them working in. Like that's the Big Mek, right? You can take apart a mechanical watch, see if you can get it to work. I'm not super successful yet, but that's why you buy them from an antique store, right? But there's a couple of like microbrand watch companies that do really, really fun stuff. Spinnaker is one of them. They do SpongeBob watches. So like if you ever seen the SpongeBob watch that is like work and not work on the SpongeBob episode, they made that as an actual watch. I was not able to buy it, and it breaks my heart because the thing is worth like hundreds of dollars aftermarket now, which really sucks. I would love that watch, okay? But they do really, really, really funny stuff, and it is my dream one day that our channel or our thing is big enough that like maybe we could get their attention and I could work with them to do a special run of funny watches. And I would totally do an orc watch that just says it's crumpin' time, like around the dial. So it doesn't matter what time it is, it's always crumpin' time. Like that's the like way out in the future. Like if old Big Mek wins the lottery, what I would do as a collab. So yeah, Crumpet time. Bubba the Wizard says, what if I give you a Tyrannid kit that can be an Orc kit? Then I'll turn it into an Orc kit. In case you haven't seen, episode 2 of Every Kit is an Orc kit is a Tyrannid kit. And I don't mean a Gene Stealer cult kit. I mean a Tyrannid kit. I took a Tyrannid winged prime and turned it into a Nob on Smash-A-Squig. And it is legit. He's got a stick bomb through the hole in his bone sword head thing that's being held onto by a grot and being ridden by a giant beast Naganam. Dude, every kit is an Orc kit. But yeah, if you are on Patreon and you want to do part of this every kit is an Orc kit, shoot me a message over on Patreon and we'll get the details worked out. We'll get you in line. Shady Six's first his kits are already here. They're right over there where you can't see them. And I am working on those, and that will be episode 4. McFadden, but have you kit bashed an Orc watch? I mean, I could make my own, right? I could get a watch and take it apart and paint its crumpin time on the dial and put it all back together. I like that idea. I'd have to find a watch because I want it to be very orky looking too, though. Like it needs to look like it's, hammered out of a piece of scrap pig iron, right? Like, come on. Like, we'll work on it. And yeah, Defluce Ashes is right. If you sign up for notifications, you never miss a Monday Night WAAAGH. You'll give any more watches a watch. There are the Commando Grot has a watch, and there is, I want to say one of the orcs in the Rekka crew has a watch. So there's like 2 orcs that have watches already on their sculpts, which is kind of fun. Every watch is an Orc watch. Yeah, absolutely. The power of fungus compels you. Awesome. Cascadian air causes ADHD. Mondays are my Fridays. Don't get me started on Thursdays. Oh, you guys are awesome. All right. Hey, any other questions either for any of tonight's topics? Again, we talked about Nobz, Warbikers, the Codex coming, what potential kill teams could be, what units got redone and what units are not getting redone. We talked about hanky panky going on with the release and timing. We talked about the rules leak and what that looks like. And then did a couple of AMA questions. So if you got any other questions for any of those, or if you have an AMA that I could use for our 10 best questions AMA, I would love to have those. I don't have 10 yet. And they need to come from you guys. I can't tell you the same stories over and over again. That gets boring after a while. I really am here to answer anything on that. But yeah, here's your chance. Let's do it. We got a few minutes left in tonight. Not out of the red squig yet. Bomb Squig has a watch timer. Yes, the Bomb Squig does have a watch timer too. McFadden says, I know you highlight orc stuff, but I got a rad chaos thing I'm working on. Would be interested in highlighting it next stream. Absolutely. In fact, in some of the top 10 videos that we're doing, so I'm going to do a video on the 10 cool things I have in the studio inspired by, there's a little challenge thing going on right now between creatives in the mini space on 50 things in your studio. I just watched MS Paint's version of it. Really awesome. Go check that out. If you haven't, you guys should totally be watching MS Paint's. It is not strictly Warhammer at all. But Dave is really awesome. His channel is super chill. That is like my favorite channel to watch while I am painting. But he did 50 cool things in his studio, and he is like a real life cinematographer. So he gets like some really cool stuff and really, really rad vintage rare stuff. But I don't think I have 50 things in my studio at this point that are cool, but I definitely have 10. So we're going to do a 10 cool things inspired by that. But I'm going to do a video on my 10 favorite orcs, because obviously I have quite the orc collection. And I easily have 10 very cool orcs that maybe haven't been highlighted on the channel yet or been highlighted in a few years. So it'll be a cool video. But I'm also going to show you my 10 favorite not orcs, because again, I do collect everything. So I've got, believe it or not, 3 different Space Marine armies now. I know, but it will make sense. Trust me. 3 different Space Marine armies. 3, maybe 4 different Imperial Guard armies, depending on how you want to split your regiments, but definitely 3 generations. I have like old school metal, 2nd/3rd edition, Imperial Guard, and then I have like a 4th through 8th Imperial Guard, and then I have like a brand new Imperial Guard. They are very, very, very different armies. So I've got 3 different Imperial Guard armies. I've got Imperial agents and like quite a bit, like enough to do entirely agents. Like it's not just a bunch of other stuff, and then like a couple of Inquisitors. Like it is agents army. Um, I've got a Chaos Cultist army that I'm working on. Basically, it's a bunch of really random cultists and random Chaos kits that are not Space Marines, waiting for a Lost in the rule set to come out. I've got an Eldari army. I've got a Squiggy. The squig might have murdered something. I will be right back. All right. False alarm. Nothing. Nothing myrtleized all over the floor. So squigs. But yeah. So where was I? Lost in the Damned. So very much looking forward to that. Oh, Eldari. I have an Eldari army that has recently grown quite a bit. And then I think that's it for things that actually own right now. And then future, if they ever do Dark Mechanicus in 40K, I am all in on Dark Mechanicus. If they ever do like again a legit Lost in the Damned, I'm all in on Lost in the Damned. I would like to do a Gene Stealer cult army. I think cults are really freaking cool and kind of very orky, right? Like how they steal stuff from other people and like, I don't know, really cool. Same thing with like Grot Uprising. If they ever do a Rebel Grot army, like rule set on their own, I am totally doing a Grot army. But yeah, basically, I really do like all the 40K armies. Like, if I had unlimited time and money, I would have an army from each faction for sure. I like them all. Best Grot has Ultramarines, Death Guard, Mechanicum, and Custodes. And so I've painted a bunch of those for him. So that's been fun too. Like painting armies and then I don't even have to keep them. Even better. And then Boss Grot got into AOS. And so she's got the AOS version of Space Marine classes. The gold guys. She's got the gold girls, and definitely lots of girls. She's got the gold ones, and then the grots and squigs. Because in AOS you can run an army that's just grots and squigs. Tons of mushrooms, lots and lots of mushrooms. She likes painting the mushrooms. But yeah, Stormcast. There we go. Yeah, Stormcast. So yeah, lots of different armies around here. And then First Grot Favorite Grot has a Tau army with Tau and Crew, and then we made him some human auxiliaries, like how the Crew are auxiliaries to Tau. We gave him a human auxiliary squad too. That was a lot of fun to kit bash that together. So like I've played with all of the armies, really like all of them. So yeah, we're gonna do a top den not works. So yeah, we will absolutely throw up a cool chaos thing. It does not have to be orcs. We're very orc coded around here, but like how every kit is an orc kit, every army is an orc army. We can find something to love about everybody's 40K armies. Yes, to Floofs and Ashes, 24 days, or no, 24 days left of the Sneaky Looted project. If you want to know more about the Sneaky Looted project, you need to be over on our Patreon. We are 24 days and counting before a worldwide announcement. And then after that, we have 7 weeks before we can commercially use. And we have great big giant plans in the works for it along multiple fronts. So if you have no idea at all what I'm talking about, you need to be on our Discord, on our Patreon. We just pulled off the greatest Death Skull heist of all time. I'm just going to put it that way. Okay. We can't talk about it in the open because something has been published and somebody else has 24 days left to do something about it. We don't want them to know so that they don't do something about it. Okay. So yeah, anything. Anyway, let's go. Deck Flame wants to know favorite editions so far. Ooh. Honestly, fourth. Fourth had the best rule set. Like it played fast, it played fun. Um, yeah, fourth when it first came out was great. I think fourth by the end was a little rules bloaty, but fourth at the beginning was definitely my favorite to play. I still enjoy third. Third was a really good one. Second was fun, but it's very different. Um, and not bad different, just different. But yeah, I don't really like any of the modern ones, honestly, at all. 10th and a half was my least favorite. I did not like that. 11th is okay, but yeah, man, 3 hours to do a game is stupid. Oh, can we just admit that? I mean, I know like the whole, oh, back in my day. Look, back in my day, third, fourth edition, you could like legitimately play a game in an hour. Like if you and your opponent both knew the rules and you both had your army list ready to go and you just showed up and played, you could legit play a game in an hour. A full game, a 2,000 point start to finish, mission, objectives, the whole 9 yards in an hour. And it was fun and it was even and it was fair. And like your tactical decisions on where things went on the battlefield affected whether or not you won or lost. Not whatever random card you drew, not whatever your secondary score power from the cloud was, like what you actually did on the battlefield. And also, when it came to your army, it was your army list. It was the actual physical units, not whatever magic card commander powers you gave them. It was the actual legitimate units and like how you use the units at the battlefield. And there was way less characters. So it was way less hero hammer. Like it was about getting your units to do things. Um, so yeah. You used to be able to do a game in an hour. I miss that. Again, full-time job, 4 grots. Having an hour to do something is rare, but happens. Having 3 hours to do something, next to impossible. And don't forget, that's just the game. Like that's you've already showed up with a list, you know the rules, and the battlefield is set. Because remember that in 11th edition, the battlefield changes depending on what mission you're doing. And like you can only play the terrain one way, which I hate. It is not thematic at all. So you have to like know what mission you're doing, know what secondary mission you're doing, know what your force disposition is, set up the battlefield. You have an hour in admin tasks before you even start the game, and then it's 3 hours to do a game. I don't have that kind of time. I don't have that kind of time. So yeah, definitely fourth. Third a close second. Ground Marines. Shady Snake said if you decide to do another faction, you need to do Tau auxiliaries only. Could kit bash like AOS lizard folk. Oh, I like that idea. I've actually, honestly, I've kind of thought of that. Was that it? So, a little background. My Eldari army, my Eldar army. I don't like Eldari. Eldar. My Craft World Eldar army is very old school Craft World Eldar. Okay, so it's going to be one squad of each of the aspect warriors, right? Because to me, that's really cool. I don't need 3 squads of fire dragons. I only want one. But yeah, it's one squad of each aspect warrior. And I think that looks super rad. And I was like, oh man, the same kind of thing for Tau would be cool, right? You have like one squad of crew, one squad of Vespid, right? I think that's all they've actually done so far. But then yeah, and then we had built the human auxiliaries for favorite Grot's Tau. I say human in quotations because we actually built them out of Gene Stealer cults. So it's Gene Stealer cultists pretending to be humans who became auxiliaries for the Tau. And the Tau just think that they're humans, but they're actually Gene Stealer cultists, which is like the layers of the onion are very cool. So yeah, that did definitely inspire me to be like, man, it would be really cool to do a bunch of Tau auxiliaries and yeah, like make your own custom ones. And like, yeah, it's just a Pathfinder team, right? Like you're doing accounts as, but really it's the models are from something else. And part of that is we'd love to do a Grot one. So like a Grot Pathfinder team, a Grot Finder team would be really rad. Yeah, all sorts of really cool ideas. So yeah, I like that Shady Snakes, and I am definitely on board. Lord Marshabellian, he's right. I was there for fourth. I am right. And yeah, third was great in Index. When third first came out and everybody was on Index, third was fantastic. The problem with third is third lasted a really long time, to where multiple armies got a second codex within third edition. The rules kind of got wild. And they had to rein it back in for fourth. So when fourth first dropped, fourth was really good, and then fourth kind of got crazy again too. Blissful Badger says my last 11th edition game only took an hour. I was massacred. Well, yeah, the game does take a lot less time if you just lose in the first turn. That is true. I have also done that. Yes, GW is chasing the dragon in competitive play, which I don't like. James Wilson said, I enjoyed the edition that did things like drop off the Met guns via War Track, and I wanted to see if it stayed on its wheels or not. That was either Rogue Trader second edition or Gorka Morka. That's a way back rule. McFadden says, about to paint Chaos Trim for the first time. Someone pray for me. Hot tip before you start, go get an Army Painter paint marker. Those paint markers are excellent for Chaos Trim. The silver and the gold and the brass, especially, they are so good. You will actually enjoy painting Chaos Trim with those markers. Not joking. Skulls for the Shoal God, corn for the cornflakes. All right, guys, it's 10 o'clock at night up here. We've been doing this for over 2 hours. I'm out of Red Squig number 2. The squig might have murdered something. I'm not sure. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a night here. Thank you all so very much for spending your Monday night with me. Once again, very much appreciated each and every one of you, and each and every one of you 10,000 subscribers, which is absolutely amazing to me. Once again, we are doing a thank you for 10 days straight. It will end on the 18th. You've got 8 days left for this. To RedOnesGoFaster.com. Use code 10K. That's 10K. I will put it in the chat again. Code 10K. And that is going to get you 10% off your entire order at RedOnesGoFaster.com. No matter how big or small your order is, there's no minimum, there's no maximum, and you can use it again and again. It is not a one-time use code like they usually are. So yeah, just everything you order now until 10 a.m. Pacific on the 18th is 10% off. Don't forget all the new WAAAGH order gear that just came out, the Every Kit is Org Kit gear that just came out. Lots of great stuff there on the web store. We're still in the middle of Hot Work Summer. Don't forget to grab that stuff. Unless you're in Australia, then you should be grabbing the beanie cap and the hoodie, like our Australians. So yeah, definitely recommended there. But yeah, so super thanks to all of you. Very, very super thanks to the 10 super chatters tonight, plus McFadden, who did our 10 for 10 deal, keeping our little joke here going on the 10,000 thing. Once again, stay tuned all week. We're going to be doing next week that 10 question AMA. Shady Snake, I saw that you sent me a question. I will take a look at that. If you guys have any questions that you want to send in for the AMA, shoot me a message. You can do it over on Discord. You can shoot me a message. It's oldbigmek@gmail.com. I've said it all the time. You can throw a comment in on a video, and I will, try to read it. But yeah, get me your questions for the AMA. We will definitely be doing the 10 best of those. I'm going to be doing my 10 favorite orcs, my 10 favorite not orcs. A couple other 10 for 10 videos kind of stuff. So yeah, super duper cool stuff. Really, really appreciate all of you. Can't do the 100K show, not enough to no, James. On the 100K show, we will do 100 super chats of $1. That's what we'll do on the 100K show. All right. Like we'll go the other way. We'll go back to the volume. Now the million one, that one super chat for $1 million. That's end of the story. That's what we'll do for that one. All right, guys, that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you so much, everybody, once again, for being here, being a part of the 10K, being a part of the best community in 40K. I think the best community going on YouTube in this hobby. Everything is awesome. Catch you guys in the next video. Until then, WAAAGH on!